Say, well, good morning. We just got finished feeding little Croy here. And once we have our little wake and play time and I put him back down, I'm gonna start making my breakfast and then get going on my work for the day. So I wanted to do a full day of eating with me video, postpartum style, because I'm actually keeping up with everything I eat for 6 weeks to share later at Power Fit. But I wanted to showcase like just one day in the life of postpartum style, taking care of baby, what I'm cooking and eating and preparing, and then how I'm managing a little bit of work as well. So you'll kind of get a whole behind the scenes day in the life of. Here's the little man. Here's the little man. Okay. He says no paparazzi. Then we got little man in his mama-roo so that mom can go make and eat breakfast. So I was gonna make eggs and jelly toast that I make very regularly if you follow on my Instagram story, but it took me a little bit longer to get baby down because he decided he was still hungry and wanted a little more food. So I didn't quite have the time that I thought. So I'm gonna show y'all kind of what I did instead to save a little. Okay, so I've got my morning coffee here, my fancy little boy mom cup that has my name on it. It's from a girl on Instagram named Aircrafting Mom. But the coffee that I made, just out of my Keurig Texas pecan, like 1/3 of the vanilla Premier protein. So that way I get a good amount of protein in my coffee. I like my coffee super sweet, so I did just a tiny dash of this. It is 0 calories. And then I did put 2 of these in there. A natural stevia leaf and monk fruit sweetener. So that is why my coffee looks this color rather than coffee color. So I opted for surprise, surprise protein pancakes, and the recipe is on the PowerFit member forum. And then I topped them off with this, I can't believe it's not butter spray, and this is the Maple Grove sugar-free syrup that I use. So high protein, high good carb, great start to the day, and I have my coffee. Are you always checking in on your little girls? Okay, this isn't what I'm eating for lunch, but I'm about to put in the oven for Grant, and I do eat these occasionally, so I figured I would add it to our video. These are pre-made meals from H-E-B, and this one, for instance, is 440 calories and 33 grams of protein. And then, like some other ones we got are chicken breast and basil pesto sauce with spaghetti squash. This is my favorite chicken breast of all time. It is a chicken breast and basil pesto sauce, and it is just full of protein, which I eat a very high protein diet. So 23 grams per 4 ounces of protein, only 180 calories. So I am making Grant this salmon with garlic pesto and asparagus, and all I have to do is put it in the oven and it's ready to go. Okay, and then here's another snack idea before I go get myself dressed. The hair is crazy. Okay, so it is just cucumbers. So just cut up cucumbers and salt, pepper with Olive Garden dressing. So yummy and super low calorie. And then something else I like whenever I need a breakup from regular water. I've got multiple of these on my Amazon list, which I'll link below, but this one is my current favorite. And there you go. Say someone is ready for lunch himself, and mom still hasn't gotten changed yet. This is a full day of eating with the newborn. Yeah. And 2 new outfits. Say I'm 3.5 weeks old, still wearing my little preemie clothes, but I'm filling them out. Yeah. Okay, 3:45. Finally time for lunch. Baby kind of trumps everything right now. So let me turn the camera around to show you what I'm making for lunch. And yes, I have hot rollers in my hair because it's hands-free. I don't have to, it takes me less time to curl these days, and then I can take it out after the curlers are cool. And I do have these linked on my Amazon shop and in the caption below. Okay, so I'm gonna make a turkey sandwich and kind of some leftover chicken. I'm gonna use this bread and toast the top and bottom. I've got this turkey breast here, a little bit of leftover chicken thigh from last night, and I'm gonna do some baby spinach. a tomato, a little bit of onion, and some regular yellow mustard. Okay, so here it is, classic yellow mustard, the wheat bread, and there is turkey and leftover chicken thigh, spinach, tomato, and some onions, and two very, very, very interested bulldogs. Okay, finally got myself dressed. It's about 4:30. We have some guests coming over to meet the baby around 5:30, and this little outfit is from Pretty Little Things. It's just a great little like cozy sweatshirt and shorts. And then this is my office, but we've barely been up here since baby's born because it's upstairs. But let me kind of just give you a little run through of it. So we've been working downstairs really. Just that way we're not going up and down the stairs with the newborn. See, I just got a new computer. It's the big one on the desk. So yeah, this is my office, but it won't be for much longer with this. So for dinner, we're gonna have power quinoa bowls, and I'm going to make them with lots of different vegetables that I'll show you, and then we're gonna put cod in them. But obviously you could use any type of a protein. You could use any type of seafood, so you could do like salmon or shrimp. You could also do like chicken breast, chicken thighs, ground turkey, lean ground beef. So just kind of use this as inspiration to make your own protein quinoa power bowl, but I'm gonna show you what all we're putting in ours. First, here's the quinoa we're using, and I am just following the handy dandy instructions on the back on how to cook it. So it is right here. And then I've got avocado I'm gonna cut up. We are browning some spinach and then like a vegetable medley. So this is onions and bell peppers, tomatoes, mushrooms. And then here's the cod that's getting ready to go into the oven. And I seasoned it with salt-free lemon pepper and then garlic salt. So that ought to be really light. And then here's what the quinoa is looking like after we brought the water to a boil and left it in there and then brought it to a simmer. So that is gonna be our great carb. And it's wonderful because it is gluten-free, wheat-free. So if you have those allergies or do not respond well, that is a wonderful carb to add in for the power bowl, as well as the vegetables. So other things that you could add in, I am going to add avocado in as a healthy fat. We know that I'm doing the seafood, the cod, but also you could add something like a dark red kidney bean. And anytime that I use something canned, I always try to do no salt added or low sodium, just to save on the sodium, because that's gonna save on like the water retention that it will hold to your body. You could also, I didn't mention earlier, but you could even do canned tuna or like just a packet of tuna. So say that I made enough of this to take tomorrow for lunch. I could have my quinoa, I could have my leftover veggies, and then I could take one of these and mix it all together at work tomorrow for lunch. So I could get more than one meal out of this. And then the seasonings again that I'm using are garlic salt and lemon pepper, just to keep it really light and fresh. So if you are going to add a sauce on, you could do something like a chili lime, a taco sauce, like a jalapeno sauce, even if you want to make it a little bit spicier. So use this as inspiration to on how you can make your own quinoa power bowl with your preferred protein of choice and adding in the vegetables that you like. And keep in mind, you do not have to simmer all of the vegetables. You could also do them fresh. So like say you didn't want the tomatoes to be cooked, you could just cut them up and put them in there fresh, kind of like I'm going to do with the avocado. Okay, so I got extra and put all of this beautiful presentation together of what it looks like before I put my power quinoa bowl together. So we'll start with the sauteed veggies. And remember, this was bell pepper, onion, mushroom, tomato, and some garlic. So you don't have to brown all of it or saute it together, but I prefer it sauteed, and then I like to use the extra for leftovers the next day or making like eggs. So there's that, and then let me add in some of this wilted spinach that we did. Remember, spinach cooks down, so you'll want to start with a lot more than you think you need because it cooks down to hardly anything. And then the protein that I chose was cod, but again, we talked about other options that you could use. So I'm just gonna kind of shred a little bit of that up. Probably only gonna use one of these for this bowl, but I made extra for my husband to have and create his own protein quinoa bowl. Okay, so there is the protein. And then let's add in some avocado for our healthy fats. I like a lot of avocado, so I took over half for just mine. And then the actual quinoa itself. Here you go. And like we said, this is a wonderful, healthy carb that is gluten-free. And you can kind of just, if you need more carbs with counting your macros with dinner for the day, you could add more. If you need less, you can obviously do less. And then you'll just mix all of this up into one yummy bowl. And like we said, whenever you're doing the veggies this way and sauteing them, they're actually gonna make their own like juice. So you don't have to add any type of a condiment on top. But if you are a condiment person, again, something like a chili lime, a green sauce, a fresh red sauce, a fresh salsa would be wonderful just to drizzle on top. Use this as inspiration to make your own, but here is mine. Dinner is served. Okay, and then for dessert, obviously, because a sweet tooth is totally allowed here at PowerFit. I haven't decided what I'm gonna have, so I was like, let me just show them both options before I decide which one. They're both very macro friendly. So the first one would be this Fit Crunch protein bar, and it has 16 grams of protein for 190 calories. And then the other option is this Breyer's Carb Smart. So it's low on carbs, although it doesn't really have much protein to it. I would want to add like a little protein powder to it, but I'm also a chocolate person who likes to add a little bit of this, and as long as it's balanced and not overdone, you can still fit this in to fit your macros. For the day you still need more protein, you could go this option for dessert, and if you don't need the extra protein, you can go this route. Hey buddy, what you doing? You hanging out with Dad? Oh yeah. And then the workout that you're going to see today is part of the Postpartum Healer program. This was actually done the day before I filmed the Eating With Me, starting with some dumbbell deadlifts. So that's going to be the hinge movement. And then I've got a bent over dumbbell row here, really going to focus on strengthening and keeping my back really strong. That's really important with new mom life because your back definitely takes a hit with holding the baby and moving around. Then starting slow with some chair squats to where I'm not squatting all the way down. I have something to kind of help me down at the bottom to come back up. And obviously I do not have anything that's too heavy. This program allows you to elevate and increase and advance based on your own body. So I'm kind of about at the middle of the program right now with what you're seeing. You'll see that I have some upright rows, so really working my chest and shoulders, all alongside with my baby Croy next to me in his Mamaroo swing. Had to do a little check-in on him, give him some love while mom is working out. Okay, so let's talk my postpartum quote-unquote diet. First of all, I don't ever feel like I'm on a diet with counting macros, and the only thing that's really changed is now that I am postpartum, I am back to tracking my macros. I was doing this with pregnancy, but also towards the end, I would only like track one or 2 days a week and kind of intuitively eat, just because I was listening to my body. I've tracked for a long time. Now I'm kind of honing in a little bit more on this new journey with my postpartum fitness. And with the postpartum program, the Postpartum Healer program at PowerFit, we obviously advise different nutritional avenues based on whether or not you're formula feeding, breastfeeding, or pumping. So obviously that's going to go into play. I have chosen not to speak about the way that we're feeding our baby online. It's just something I want to keep private and keep very close and near and dear to our family. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. Again, it's not so much that it's a diet. It's really just choosing balanced options, eating proper portions, and making sure to have the right split on carbs, proteins, and fats for the macro counting. So be sure to like my channel. to like this video, subscribe to my channel below, and that way you never miss another video with me. Thanks for watching. Bye.